In this world, there is one universal truth, and that is all large things are made of small things. Whether it be mountains made of rocks, oceans made of a drop of water, all things are made of small things. This also includes human behavior, and it includes genocide. There are 10 steps to a genocide. The first step, or stage, is classification. Groups in position of power will categorize people according to ethnicity, race, religion, or nationality, or sexuality or gender. Then there will be symbolization, like calling them groomers, pulling DMV records to see who's changed their gender. Then there's a discrimination, like healthcare, denying them marriage, adoption. The list goes on. Then we have dehumanization. The diminished value of the discriminated group is communicated through propaganda. Parallels are drawn with animals, insects, or diseases. Organization, a state, its army, or militia designs genocidal killing plans, like kidnapping children, getting rid of suicide helplines, getting rid of telehealth, putting them in a box, making them feel alone. Stage 6 is polarization. Propaganda is employed to amplify the differences between groups. Interactions between groups are prohibited, and the moderate members of the group and powers are killed, getting rid of the ability to communicate. Paying people to go onto the social medias and go onto websites to claim that they are part of that community and then disparage the very community that they're supposedly supposed to be a part of, like the LGBT movement, gays against groomers. Stage 7. The victims are identified, separated, and forced to wear symbols. Deportations, isolation, forcible starvation, death lists are drawn up. Florida just introduced Stage 7. Florida has introduced a bill that allows for legal kidnapping of trans children. It grants Florida courts emergency jurisdiction over those children and would allow courts to ignore all other courts' orders and custody determinations. Florida has just created a bill that will allow state-sanctioned kidnapping. The bill goes even further to violate interstate comity by authorizing the courts to vacate child custody determinations of other courts only if the child is trans. This is a green light to transphobic family members to engage in state-sponsored kidnapping. Stage 8, persecution. Victims are identified and isolated based on their ethnic or religious identity. Death lists are drawn up. In state-sponsored genocides, members of the victims' groups may be forced to wear identifying symbols. Their property is often expropriated. Stage 9, extermination. The massacres begin. The perpetrators see their actions as extermination since they do not consider their victims to be entirely human. And last but not least, denial. Religious freedom laws has allowed every single one of those stages to exist in America. And we have a Supreme Court that is illegitimate. We have states who are actively starting to implement these plans. This is a genocide on a total group of people.